What do YouTube? It's your main man Moz, and yeah, so we're playing New World now. I didn't mean to get as addicted to this game as I have, but let me tell you something. This game's something else. It's probably one of the best MMOs that I've played in a very long time, and I've figured out a lot of stuff over the past couple of weeks that I've been playing it. And I want to take you guys along for the ride. We're gonna go over a couple of things today, I think. Just from what I've learned, if you're a brand new New World player or if you've played New World before, leave a comment down below. I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into the game and let's like this joint. When I first dropped into New World, I wasn't really sure what to expect. There's it's like getting dropped into like this big open world and you have no idea what's going on. I started using the weapons, noticed that the weapons had all these mastery systems. It's just, dude, this game's unreal. There's so much stuff. Like, it's so hard to explain. The scenery is beautiful, the lighting is amazing, and the monster, or I mean, technically it would be the nature design, because there's not a lot of like fake stuff, like not a lot of like ogres and like nasty stuff. I mean, the corrupted are, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, just thinking about this game, just how large it is in relation to other MMOs that I've played. For something that's coming out like right off the bat is incredible, and it really boggles my mind and sends my brain in like 8 different directions. But anyway, let's try to keep on track with what we're talking about today. What I wanted to talk to you guys about is some of the build paths that we have in New World at the moment. So, obviously there's a ton of these, but I'm going to go over just a couple of them that I've had a lot of experience with, and I think right now, if you're a brand new New World player, can actually help you level really quickly. This is something that I kind of decided that I would do despite what my end game goals are. So what I did was I actually went Sword Shield Hammer. Sword Shield Hammer is actually the tank spec for this game, or one of the tank specs for this game. So Sword Shield and Warhammer allow you for taunts. They allow you to have, more absorption, more damage reduction. That really helps with, tanking monsters and stuff like that. So the spec that I've decided to go is an AoE spec with a damaging ability, so that way I can feasibly level with it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Crowd Crusher, Shockwave, and Mighty Gavel as my primary abilities, and then as I level, you guys will see a development in the little secondary pips that I'll take along the way. Ultimately, I'm actually shooting for Justice for All and not for Aftershock. I know that might be a little surprising considering that you'd think that Crowd Crusher would be more useful for tanking, but I actually think that the higher damaging abilities will cause more threat. At least that's what I believe theoretically. But, there's not very many level 60s in this game. There's not a lot going on, and, it reminds me a lot of RuneScape. Another great leveling strategy on top of the Sword and Shield and the Warhammer is to dump points into Constitution and Strength. So Constitution is going to raise your health, and Strength is going to raise the damage that you do with the sword as well as with the Warhammer. So what we're going to do is I'm going to be sure that I put plenty of points in Constitution, and I'm able to tank as many mobs as I possibly can, because that's going to actually assist a ton with XP accumulation, but mostly it's going to affect the speed of the weapons skill and how quickly I level up the weapons skill. As for actually leveling itself, so what's great about New World is that leveling isn't exactly static. It's more like kind of a... Ooh, I don't want that. I want this. It's not exactly static. It's more like one of those... I don't know. More like one of those... It's like RuneScape. Is like the best thing that I can relate it to. You can do basically anything to raise your overall level, and one of those most efficient ways to raise that level is going to be farming. There's a ton of different ways and a ton of different things. I'm going to have to cover each and every one of them in different videos, but right now, just to break the game down for you and to just really kind of get in depth with it, I'm just going to take you guys along with like what I'm doing. So one of the goals that I'm doing today is what I want to do is I actually want to focus on my trade skills. So the trade skills are really important. As a person who's going to be wearing heavy armor and using two-handed weapons as well as a one-handed shield. I think armoring and weaponsmithing are going to be my cream of the crop. Reason being is weaponsmithing is going to, I'll be able to get the weapons, and the armoring, I'll be able to create my armor. I mean, those kind of speak for themselves. Now, one of the other ones that's going to benefit me are going to be cooking and engineering as well. So cooking and engineering is going to help because engineering will allow me to make my higher level, my higher level iron harvesting sickle, the mining pick, and stuff like that. And I want to make sure that I have enough Azoth to be able to teleport around. So what I want to do, I actually had one of my buddies make some of these tools that actually have Azoth extraction. As I farm for the talent skills that are going to be, useful to me, there will also be an accumulation of Azoth, which is going to be really, really essential. Not only is it going to be essential for fast traveling, which I actually have a strategy for the fast travel as well that I think will work out, but also it will help with actually creating increased rarity of items. So I'll have a better chance of getting the items that I want off of a craft. And we're actually over encumbered, so I'm gonna head back to town and we're gonna convert this rawhide into. We're gonna get rid of this shield real quick. We're gonna convert this rawhide into leather. Oh my God, wolves! There's so many wolves in this game, dude. All right. I'm just going to take care of this problem really quick. Alright, problem solved. Definitely one of the benefits of having heavy armor, as well as the high constitution. I really like the designs that they had for these cities. The music is great. I think the soundtrack's fantastic. There's just a lot of good work that went into New World. I'm surprised at how Amazon Games managed to pull this off. I actually went right past the Skinner, so we're actually going to go straight back. We'll get all this skinning done. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and convert it into coarse leather. So watch. The coarse leather is going to cause my XP bar to go up. 235 being made, I should get a decent amount. So I went from level 33 to level 50 for 571 XP. Gave me about a bubble and a half. That's actually not too bad. So let's see here. So we can actually convert these into rugged leather with tannin. However, I'm going to actually have to do some quests in order to get that tannin. But I do have a strategy for that as well. So give me one. So what I'm going to do for now is I should have all of the stuff, or all of the materials that I need to craft some armor. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to get some armor crafted, and a lot of this is all-encompassing when it comes to New World. So it's a lot of this kind of chore work to be able to just kind of keep your character relevant. As you can see, I did a lot of woodworking, some weaving, and some smelting, as well as that leather working. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to make some iron armor, because that's going to assist me with further, progressing my character. Actually, I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a warhammer. I'm not going to put any Azoth in it because I can't really afford it at the moment. I only have 36 Azoth. I spent a lot of Azoth because I wanted to get some good armor for my character. So what I ended up doing, and I wanted to get some optimal stats. So I really kind of made certain pieces over and over again until I got decent stats. And I think that's going to be a big part of how this game is played in the end game. So let me see here. So let's go ahead and make this iron hammer. Let's see if we get a good one right off the rip. We got a +8 strength. I actually couldn't ask for much better. I mean, I think we could make an additional one, see if we can get a constitution. Maybe one more. See, it's like gambling almost. But I mean, you can guarantee it if you add the Azoth, but I'm not going to do it. I'm only going to do this a couple of times. But this is also benefiting because it is also leveling my weaponsmithing as well. This just isn't the most optimal way to level weaponsmithing. We got a strength and intelligence. I really want to see if we can get a strength constitution here. Strength constitution, no. And then we'll just try one more time. And if we don't, we'll just use the strength one. Okay. So, nothing on the Warhammer, but that's okay. These stats aren't essential. And they're not gonna be too bad. Salvaging will return. Okay, is this the one that I want? No, this is not the one that I want. The strength intelligence is pretty good. It's actually a 209, but I think I want that 8 strength at the 205. I'd rather have the higher strength than have the item level. Bam, perfect. We got ourselves a new fancy hammer. Let's see what we have left. We got a few smelting items left, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm still going to focus on armoring. I want to get that to 100 as soon as possible. Why 100? So 100, level 100 is going to get me to, I think, around star metal. Yeah, it gets you to the star metal area. So star metal is level 40. I really don't see any like I'm only level 15, so I don't really see anything being too feasible after that. And then after that, what I want to do is I want to start getting some of the story done. Reason being is because there's a lot of stops and starts in the story, but you'll see that later on. So let me take a look here. What we're gonna do is I think we're gonna do the iron plate gauntlets, and just make a bunch of those because we can make 48 of them with what we have. So let's go ahead. We'll just put that to the max. No Azoth. And I actually think if we get lucky, maybe we can add a piece to our collection here. I'm getting a lot of trashy drops. Oh, we got a strength intelligence one. That one could be good. Oh, we got dexterity. That's not what we want. Hey, we got a strength constitution one. I'm actually going to put that one on real quick before it gets lost in the sauce here. So let's go ahead and find that strength constitution. Yes, sir. All right, perfect. I think I may actually spend some time making the plate bodies as well. Reason being is because, I mean, ours isn't that great, so we might as well try to get a good one. But we've salvaged all those, and let's go ahead and make a couple iron breastplates. They're really inefficient for leveling, but I mean, if we can get a good one, it'd be awesome. Dexterity focus, not too great. We can only make 8. 0, nada. Strength dexterity. Strength intelligence. Not bad. Intelligence focus. Come on. Alright. Well, we got a strength intelligence one, which I actually think is pretty good. Let me see here. Dexterity focus, strength intelligence. I mean, I'd rather wear the strength intelligence than nothing. I mean, the intelligence isn't gonna... I just salvaged it. Oh, my brain. Okay, so let's see what our next best one is. Probably this strength intelligence one. I'd rather have that than have nothing. The rest of them I think we'll salvage. So let's see. Strength, int. That's intelligence focus. Is that the one? That's the one. Strength, int. The intelligence isn't going to do very much for us, but the strength will do a lot for us. We're also really tanky because a majority of the points that we're putting into our level ups is actually going to be Constitution. We might actually be able to get a shield in, so let's get a couple of shields in to get ourselves a nice new shield. We got a strength shield right off the bat, so let's see what else we can get. A Constitution shield. You know, I don't have a lot of Constitution pieces of gear, so I actually think I might take the Constitution in this, on this one. Because let me see here, I don't think, not a lot of Constitution. Oh, I got the Strength Constitution legs. Okay, nah, you know what, we could take the Strength one. We don't need that Constitution. There we go. Alright, cool. So we've got Strength, Strength, Strength Dex. I could use a different one of those. But I think that's all that we have available for right now. I mean, we still have a ton of refined wood and a ton of timber. But I think we made some good progress today, and I'm definitely going to continue this on the next video. We may jump ahead. I am going to grind out a whole bunch more, but I'll give you guys a whole bunch of updates on, you know, where I was, what I've been doing, and I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like, hit the sub button, and I hope you guys have a great time. I know I'm having a great time with New World. There's going to be a lot more New World stuff coming, so I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye!